Hello and welcome to Fun Factory Gaming. In January 2021, Ubisoft announced they would create an open-world game for Lucasfilm set in the Star Wars universe. While details were scarce, fans of George Lucas's creation were enthusiastic, especially after the mixed feelings from the EA era. The game was to be developed by Swedish studio Massive Entertainment, known for their success with The Division. Ubisoft allowed us to play Outlaws in Los Angeles through 3 diverse missions. The game is solid, everything seems well placed, but I can't shake the feeling that something is missing. The sum of all elements doesn't quite add up, and to paraphrase Han Solo, I have a slightly bad feeling about this. The game's action is set between The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. Our heroine, Cave S, is a young highwaywoman from Canto Bight, introduced in The Last Jedi. Unlike the luxurious casino life, Kay is an ordinary street thief. She tries to survive in the dangerous world of syndicates, including the Hutts and Crimson Dawn, as well as new groups. Her ultimate goal is to pull off the biggest heist in the galaxy's history, which requires allying with various characters, sometimes reluctantly. The Star Wars atmosphere is present. The location design and art style perfectly capture the cinematic world. The characters fit well into the universe, and Kay's charm and inexperience in the criminal world make her likable. Throughout the story, we see her climb the criminal ranks, which ties into the reputation system I'll mention later. Outlaws is a Ubisoft open-world game and likely follows similar rules to their other titles. However, I can't fully evaluate this as we only played 3 unconnected missions. One mission involved escaping from a Star Destroyer and landing impressively on a planet, surpassing Starfield. However, these missions felt linear, likely from the main story. We also explored a crashed ship's ruins and stole an artifact from a syndicate base. The main gameplay includes vertical exploration, stealth, and combat using Kay's blaster. The exploration is reminiscent of Uncharted or Respawn's Jedi series, but feels less polished. The animations during climbing and jumping felt sluggish, which was distracting. Stealth involves crouching behind enemies and using nicks to interact with them, or open doors. This is standard fare, with nothing extraordinary. Combat is specific, with Kay's blaster offering 2 modes initially: plasma for base damage and ion for better damage against shields and droids. An immobilizing module can be unlocked later, but it has a cooldown. Kay's basic blaster isn't very powerful, requiring many shots to defeat enemies, which felt like shooting bullet sponges. Fortunately, enemy weapons, like the E11 blaster, are more effective, but have limited ammo. I hope Kay's blaster can be upgraded to deal more damage, as I wouldn't want to struggle with basic enemies throughout the game. An interesting system is reputation, which we gain through our interactions. However, it's impossible to please everyone. Helping one syndicate often angers another, impacting our reputation. While the creators haven't detailed its full impact, they hinted that good relations offer better missions and rewards, while bad relations could mean bounty hunters chasing us. In the demo, reputation changes were only indicated by relationship markers, so we have to trust the developers that the system has depth. Despite these complaints, which might be personal preferences, the lip sync is objectively mediocre. Kay's voice acting is good, but the lip movements don't match, an issue noticed in earlier trailers and still unresolved. Driving is also underwhelming, whether on a land speeder or a spaceship. The controls feel floaty, lacking dynamism, and space combat is inferior to Battlefront. The Old Republic space missions are better, but reconsidered since they're different approaches. Finally, the graphics are just okay. We played on high-end PCs, likely on max settings, but textures felt slightly blurred, and the visuals didn't wow me like The Division or even Avatar from the same studio. It doesn't look bad, but it doesn't stand out either. I know I complain a lot about this game, maybe too much. However, the Star Wars brand sets high expectations. EA often fell short, though the series with Cal Kestis improved the image. My evaluation is based on the 3 missions I played, which I felt were not representative. I didn't see the full impact of choices on reputation or experience the open-world exploration, crucial for long-term engagement. I had doubts a year ago and still do. I'll reserve final judgment until I can play without the pressure of a demo session. With just over 2 months until release, there's little time for major changes. Time will tell if Massed Entertainment's efforts will satisfy Star Wars fans. Having all this in consideration, and recognizing that Star Wars Outlaws stayed behind my expectations, my preview rating will be a 5 out of 10 points. Thanks for watching, and please consider subscribing to be informed about future videos.